Hi, my name's Caroline. Welcome to the Love to Move programme on behalf of MHA Digital Communities. The Love to Move programme has been designed and developed by the British Gymnastics Foundation Trust. It is an age and dementia-friendly appropriate exercise programme which is designed to get older people moving and functioning better, using cognitive stimulation therapy, social interaction activities and physical exercise. So just before we begin, I'm just going to go through a couple of safety tips with you. So first and foremost, just make sure that the area around you is nice and clear, that there aren't any obstacles which could impede your safety. Make sure you are wearing suitable footwear, and it's really important to remember your posture, which will remind you throughout the course of the session. So up nice and straight, shoulders back, feet firmly on the floor, and you can just give your sitting bones a wiggle. If at any point you do feel any discomfort, pain or dizziness, please just stop. Welcome to the warm-up. Just a quick reminder then about our posture. So if we're sitting up nice and straight, shoulders back, feet firmly on the floor, and just give our sitting bones a little wiggle so we're a little bit away from the back of the chair. Okay, so we'll begin with some rubbing of the arms. All the way up and all the way back down again. All the way up and all the way back down. One more time on this side. Fabulous. And then on the other side, again, rub all the way to the top and back down. Back to the top. Back down, and for the last time. Lovely, now we're going to do some tapping. Again, to the top and back down. Twice on each arm. And then onto our legs, we're going to give our legs a little bit of a rub. And then also a little bit of a pat, all the way to the top. And all the way back down again. Lovely. Now if we roll our shoulders back. Brilliant, nice and gently. Fantastic. Now we're going to go for a little swim. So we'll do some front crawl to start with. Really reaching forward. Fabulous. Now let's move on to some breaststroke. And you can visualise where you might be swimming today. So you might be in the pool or perhaps swimming in the sea if we're feeling adventurous. Okay, and now if we give our arms a little rest, we're going to pop those onto our shoulders and twist to look behind us, to the centre, back behind us, to the centre. Lovely, one more time. Lovely. And now if we reach down to one side and to the other side, reaching for your bag. Brilliant. And now onto our feet. So if we lift one leg slightly and circle that one way, and then circle it back. Brilliant. And then the last one. One way, and then back. Well done, everybody. Welcome. In this section, we're going to do some physical exercises based around the Charleston. So before we begin, just remember your posture. So up nice and straight, shoulders back, with your feet firmly planted on the floor. And we'll begin. So first of all, we're just going to do some toe points, forwards and backwards. That's lovely. Really get those legs moving. And onto the other side. That's brilliant. Lovely. And in this section, we're going to do the Charleston movement, swiveling with our heels. So we're going to go knees out, knees in, knees out, knees in. And just keep that going. That's lovely. In a minute, we're going to bring in some arms. We're going to cross our arms over our legs in an action you all might recognise. So here we go, arms over. So for me, it's more comfortable to bring my left over my right. But if you're finding that quite easy, now we're going to make it a little bit more challenging by trying to swap our arms over. So we're going to go left over right, right over left. And again, left over right, right over left. Brilliant. You can try and speed that up a little bit. Brilliant. And then if we slow it down again, because now we're going to add in a kick. So we're going to say over, out, over, and kick. Over, out, over, and kick. Over, out, over, and kick. And if you want to be really clever, you can try and alternate your top arm and do the kick. That's really quite tricky. Lovely, fantastic. If you're finding that difficult, you can just maintain this. But if you're able to, bring in the kick. Brilliant. Now with our feet flat on the floor, we're just going to do some heel raises and some toe lifts. Heel raise, toe lift. Lovely, and just keep that going. That's fantastic. A few more of these. And then we'll finish with some jazz hands. Are we ready? In this section, we're going to do some exercises which are great for our circulation and for improving or maintaining our mobility. So just to remember our posture first of all, sit up nice and straight, shoulders back, and make sure that your feet are firmly planted on the floor. Okay, and we're ready to begin. So to begin with, we're just going to do some light marching, not using our arms. So just our feet. And just keep that going for a little while longer. It's lovely. In a minute, we're going to bring in our arms and we're going to try and do our alternate foot and alternate arm together. Are we ready? Brilliant. We're just going to keep that going for a little while longer. Get those arms and legs moving. Okay, brilliant. Now we're just going to slow it down a little bit because we're going to bring in some clapping rhythms as well. So if you rest, and we'll go 1 march, 2 marches. And then we're going to clap on the middle one. So right, clap, left, clap, right, clap, left. Clap, clap this time. 2 claps. Now can we do it on our knees? We're going to tap, knees, tap. Lovely. One more. Now we're going to march again. Brilliant. In a minute, we're going to try and clap high and clap low. So, high, low. Can you do that on the other side? Lovely. And bring that back to some marching. Lovely. And we're going to finish with some jazz hands. Well done. This session is our pulse raiser, and we're going to be doing these exercises to a piece of music hopefully you're familiar with, the Lambeth Walk. If so, please feel free to sing along. Just remembering our posture, feet firmly on the floor, shoulders back, up nice and straight, and just give your sitting bones a little wiggle for this one. Just a couple of exercises that we're going to introduce you to before we start. So in the chorus, we are going to say, doing the Lambeth Walk. Oi, okay? And then there's also another section which will say, make your way there, go there, and then stay there. And we're ready to begin. And marching. Are we ready for the chorus? And here we go. Marching again. And the chorus again. And we'll keep marching. And here we go for the next section. Make your way there. Go there. And stay there. And marching again. And we're coming to the chorus. Onto our knees. This time we're going to roll forwards. That's lovely. And we're coming to the chorus. And should we roll backwards this time? And the chorus again. March. And we're going to make our way there. Ready? Go there. Stay there. Marching again. And we're doing the Lambeth Walk again. And we're going to roll again. If you want to, you can add a little bit of a sway to this bit. Up to you. Just make sure you're safe on your chair. And the chorus. Now we're going to do some claps. High and low. Ready for the Lambeth Walk? Clapping to the other side. That's lovely. Make your way there. Go there. Stay there. And marching again. Are you ready for the chorus? And that concludes our exercise session to the Lambeth Walk. We're going to use the alphabet now to incorporate some cognitive and physical exercises. So just remembering our posture first of all, up nice and straight, shoulders back, and our feet firmly placed on the floor. So we're going to run through the alphabet together and we're going to incorporate some actions for each letter. So we're going to start with A. B. This is C. D. E. F. G. H. I with the dot on the top. A swoop down for J. K. Extend one foot. L. M. N. O. P. Q is like the Queen. R is a running action. And then S, we're going to draw a big S. T. U. V. Back in for W. X. Y. I don't know why. And then Z. Fantastic. And now we're just going to make it a little bit more challenging because we are going to use our brains and our bodies and do a little bit of multitasking. So for this section, we need to pick a topic, and for each letter, we need to think of a corresponding word which meets that topic. So I'm going to go for names today. So feel free to shout out any name that you can think of which begins with that letter. So again, planting ourselves nice and flat, and we're going to go for A. So for A, I'm going to say Amelia. B. Bernard. C. How about Claire? D. Dale. Okay, and then E. Emily. F. Freddie. Frankie, perhaps? Lovely. G. Oh, what about Graham? Can you think of any other G's? How about George? Georgia. H. Harry. Go for a royal one. And then we've got I. Isabel. Ian. And then we're drawing our J. James. Jacob. Perhaps you can think of a female one. Jennifer. K. Kevin. Keith. L. First one that springs to my mind is Liam. M. Mike or Matthew. Mary, perhaps. N. Norman. Norma. Have you got any family with anyone in your family with a name beginning with N? O. Olivia. P. Patrick or Paddy. Q. Oh, that's a tricky one. What about Quinton? R. What about Robert or Rose? S. Sarah straight away for me. Have you got any others? Susan, perhaps? T. Thomas? U. Ooh, Ursula. That's the only one I can think of for you. Can you think of any others? V. Verity. W. William. Wilfred. Wilma. What about X? Oh, I don't know if I've got one for X. Xavier, perhaps. Y. Yasmin. Can't think of any male names beginning with Y, but perhaps you can. And what about Z? I've got Zoe for Z, but perhaps you can think of something a little bit more interesting. So well done if you managed to think of a name for all of those sections, but feel free to pick your own topic next time. Well done, everybody. We're now going to work on our fine motor skills. This group of exercises are really good for our dexterity and our hand-eye coordination, which can all help to improve with daily living tasks. So if we just sit up straight in our chairs with our shoulders back and place our feet firmly on the floor and just rest our hands palm down onto our knees. And we're just going to simply start by turning our hands over, palms facing the sky, and back, over and back, over and back. And one more time. Brilliant. And now we are going to have one palm up and one palm flat, and just swap them over. Nice and gently. That's great. How was that? Can you give me a thumbs up and a smile? How about a thumbs down and a frown? And then a bit more tricky, perhaps a thumbs up but a frown. That's testing our brains. And thumbs down and a smile. Okay, let's have an okay sign. Fabulous. Are there any other signs that we know? Perhaps the peace sign? Or if we had any cubs, brownies, our scout symbol. Lovely, okay. Now we're going to do some exercises which are going to move our facial muscles a little bit. So we're going to pull a face, perhaps a shocked face, or a cold face, or maybe too hot. Get that mouth moving. Lovely, okay. So now we're going to do some scissor actions. So can you get your scissors snipping? Can they snip towards one another and away from one another? How about one together, one closed? Brilliant, that's great. Okay, so now if we bring our fingers together here, we're going to pull those apart gently and put those back together again to meet in the middle. One more time. Now, to test our spatial awareness, we're going to try that but with our eyes closed. So close your eyes and pull your palms apart and try to get your fingers to meet again in the middle. If you're finding that quite tricky, just open your eyes again. That's absolutely fine. Brilliant, and this time we'll keep them centered. If your arms or shoulders are getting a bit tired, you can drop your hands down, that's absolutely fine. I'm just keeping them here so you can see clearly what I'm doing. And we're going to twiddle our thumbs, forwards and backwards. And then move on to our index finger, forwards and backwards. This gets trickier the further through your hand you get, I find. So the next one's the middle finger. Oh, that one's a bit tricky. Forwards and backwards. And then the most difficult for me, your ring finger. Forwards and backwards. Brilliant. And your little finger, which I find a little bit easier again. Forwards and backwards. Lovely. And now if we just put our hands facing away from one another and interlock our fingers and close our palms together like this. We're going to do a little rhyme that you may be familiar with from your school days. And we're going to say, here's the church, here's the steeple, open the doors, and here's the people. And that concludes our dexterity and coordination session. Welcome to this section of the Love to Move programme where we're going to be doing some clapping rhythms to the Yellow Rose of Texas. So first of all, if we just remember our posture, we're going to have our feet firmly on the floor, sat up straight, shoulders back. These exercises are really going to get us moving and they're going to be excellent for our overall health and well-being. So if you're ready, we'll begin. We're going to start with just some simple knee tapping. So in time to the music, are we ready to go? Tap, tap. That's lovely. Keep that going, and then we're going to go for claps. Brilliant. Keep the clapping going. And in a minute, we're going to do knees and a clap. Are we ready? Knees, clap. Two of each. That's lovely. Now we're going to try one knee, two claps. Knee, two claps. And should we try one clap, two knees? Really good. Keep it going just a little bit longer. Okay, and now something slightly different. With our feet nice and planted, we're going to bring our arms over. Brilliant. If you can, try and alternate your top arm. So we've got left over right, right over left. But if you're struggling with that, please don't worry. Really good. Okay, and now we're going to try over, out, up. Okay? So to the music. If you want to try and speed that up, you can do. And if you want to try and alternate the arm which is on the top, then you can do that also. But if you're finding it challenging, then please just keep it as it is. Brilliant. And now to finish, we're just going to do some together to the knee. Brilliant. And that concludes our clapping rhythms section. Welcome to this session where we're going to be doing some spoken rhymes. Hopefully there'll be rhymes that you're all familiar with. We're going to be doing cognitive actions as well as physical exercises using traditional rhymes which will help to improve our memory. Okay, so we're going to begin by just thinking about our posture. We're staying up nice and straight with our shoulders back and our feet are firmly placed on the floor. The first rhyme that we're going to do together is she sells seashells on the seashore. So hopefully it's one you're all familiar with and you all know already. So if we'll start by saying it together. She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells that she sells are seashells, I'm sure. Okay, so to make it a little bit more challenging, we're going to add some actions to this. So we're going to start with she sells seashells on the seashore. So if we do that together for the whole rhyme. She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells that she sells are seashells, I'm sure. And one more time. She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells that she sells are seashells, I'm sure. Brilliant. And the next one's a little bit more tricky again. So we're going to say together, Peter Piper. Again, hopefully you're all familiar with the rhyme already. So it's Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? So the actions for this one then is P for Peter. So Peter Piper, picked a peck of pickled, as if you've eaten something pickled, peppers. So if we say the whole rhyme together with those actions then please. So it's Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? So if you manage to do those spoken rhymes together with the actions perfectly, then very well done. But if you want to revisit any section just to go over the rhymes and help to improve your memory further, then please do so. And that concludes our spoken rhymes section. Thank you very much. Welcome to the strengthening section of the Love to Move programme. Just thinking about our posture first, so we're up nice and straight, shoulders are back and our feet are planted nice and firmly on the floor. We're going to start with doing some exercises which are going to help our chest muscles. Okay, so we're going to start by using our chest muscles to push our hands together and pull apart. So clasping hands, push together and then pull apart, interlocking our fingers. Lovely. And again, push together and pull apart. And one more time, push together and pull apart. Now we're going to do some bicep curls, both arms together. Keep that going. And in a minute we're going to alternate, one arm up and one arm down. Are we ready? Lovely. Just continue that movement, working those tricep muscles, and then we're going to go to punching forwards. Punch, punch. Lovely. And we're going to punch to the side next. Are we ready? Just lean slightly. Brilliant. Next we're going to get into our boat, so we're going to do some rowing. So forwards and backwards. Just make sure not to over lean here, just lean forward slightly and stay sturdy in those chairs. And I think we're going to change our boat now as well. So let's go for a kayak or a canoe. We're going either side. Again, just not over leaning or overstretching here, making sure we're safe and secure in our chair. Perhaps we're in the boat race, the famous boat race today. Well done everybody, that was excellent. Welcome to bilateral asymmetric patterns. This part of the programme really focuses on our coordination. Some of the exercises are really quite challenging, but please just try and do your best. Just by attempting the exercises, you are really making improvements to your cognitive ability. So again, we'll just remember our posture. We're going to sit up nice and straight with our shoulders back, with our feet firmly on the floor. And if you want to give your sitting bones a little wiggle, then you can do so. And we're going to start nice and simply by writing our name. So my name is Caroline Bruno. So my first name is quite long, but a fairly short surname. And I'll just give you a second in case you've got a longer name than I've got. And then we're going to try and do that on the other hand. So this is my less strong hand that I'm using now. And again, I'll just give you a minute to finish for those that haven't. Now we're going to draw some lines. I'm going to do mine fairly large so that you can see them nice and clearly. But if your arms are aching at all, you can just do very small lines here. Brilliant. And then we're going to try some circles. Lovely. And how about in the other direction? Brilliant. And then perhaps one circle one way and the other circle another. And reverse it if you can. Brilliant. Just give those arms a little bit of a rest. Now we're going to try doing a line on one side and a circle on the other. So if you get your line going at a speed that's comfortable for you, and then incorporate your circle. Brilliant, that's lovely. You could try on the other side if you're comfortable. If not, keep on the side you're doing. But as I said, just try your best here, because it is quite tricky. Okay, give those shoulders a little rest again. Now we're going to move on to some triangles. Lovely, one more. Brilliant. And now we're going to try and do a line with a triangle. So we'll do this for a count of 6. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to meet at the top. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you're feeling confident with that, you can try swapping sides. And then our final exercise then will be to hold our nose and to hold our ear. And then we will swap that over. So we'll start with a clap in the middle and swap over. Clap in the middle and swap over. And if you're able to, you can just do a straight swap. Nose to ear. One more time. Brilliant. And that concludes bilateral asymmetric patterns. And if you've done those all successfully, then you've done really quite well. Welcome to the visualization part of the Love to Move programme. We're going to use our imagination and our body together, and we are going to recreate some well-known sporting activities. So just thinking about our posture, we're going to stay up nice and straight with our shoulders back and have our feet firmly placed on the floor. And to begin with, I think to start off, we'll play a little bit of tennis. So I'm going to pass to you and you can return to me. So start with a serve. And if you could return that, fabulous. And keep the rally going with a forehand and a backhand. Lovely return. Perhaps a high shot. Another backhand. Fantastic. Let's change our sport now. So should we go bowling? So again, I'll start, I'll bowl to you, and then if you can return that to me. Brilliant, have you got it? Return that. Fantastic, I've got it. Lovely. Try to really visualise the ball as you do this activity, as that will use both parts of your brain, using your body and your imagination together. Fantastic. A few more of these. And perhaps we've got some anglers out there. Perhaps we'll go fishing now. So we can cast off and then reel that back in. Lovely. And again, cast off and reel that back in. A couple more of these. Imagine you're out on that lake. Perhaps you've caught something today. Carp or a pike, old boot. Lovely. And now we'll move to the park and we'll have a game of frisbee. So I'll pass that frisbee to you. You can return that to me. And again. Oh, high one. Caught it. Excellent catch. I can really see that frisbee coming towards me. Fantastic. And one more. Lovely, brilliant. And that concludes the visualisation part of the activity today. Hope you enjoyed that, recreating our well-known sports. To improve our balance through the programme, we're now going to do some rhythmic exercises to a song which hopefully is familiar to you, Hands, Knees and Bumps a Daisy. If you know the song, please do sing along and enjoy yourselves. I'm sitting up straight with my shoulders back and I have my feet placed firmly on the ground. So just before we begin then, I'm just going to show you the exercises that we're going to do for the chorus, which is simply a hands, knees and together for bumps a daisy. Okay, so when we're ready, we'll begin. Hands, knees and bumps a daisy. Now we'll sway together. And again. Bumps a daisy. And we're swaying again. Hands, knees, bumps. And again. And we're going to turn to our partner and bow. And we're going again. Swaying. Are we ready for hands, knees? Hands, knees and bumps a daisy. Hands, knees and bumps a daisy. And we're bowing again. And we'll sway. And swaying. And again. And swaying. And again. And a final sway. Well done, everybody. That was excellent. And now, as part of the finale of the Love to Move programme, we're just going to do a cool down, which will just involve some light swaying to a very familiar song, Bless Them All. Just remember your posture though. Feet flat on the floor, shoulders back, up nice and straight. And we'll go.
Bless them all, the long and the short and the tall. Bless all the sergeants.
Feel free to sing along if you know the words.
Bless all the corporals and their thinking sons.
I'm sparing you my singing today.
As back to their billets they crawl. You'll get no promotion this side of the ocean, so cheer up, my lads, bless them all.
Bless them all.
Just keep it nice and gentle, so we are just cooling down now together.
Bless all the sergeants and W01. Bless all the corporals and their ranking sons, 'cause we're saying goodbye to them all. As back to their billets they crawl. You'll get no promotion this side of the ocean, so cheer up, my lads, bless them all.
We're gonna hang out the washing on the Siegfried line. Have you any dirty washing, mother dear? We're gonna hang out the washing on the Siegfried line.
Well done everybody, that concludes our Love to Move session. I hope you're all nicely cooled down and that you've enjoyed that today, and you can give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you very much.
We're gonna hang out the washing on the sea.